All right, back live with you. Let's look at this now. April marks a year since the devastating KwaZulu-Natal floods that left over 400 people dead and thousands homeless. The eThekwini Metro says about 109 billion rand is needed to build and repair water and sanitation, roads and bridges infrastructure. Newzroom Afrika's Nobuhle Modise takes a look.
A year on since loved ones were swept away by heavy floods and buried under collapsed structures. KwaZulu-Natal was plunged into a disarray in just a matter of days. The community leader in Inanda, one of the worst affected areas, says the psychological impact of recovering bodies has taken its toll.
In the early hours, around about 2 a.m., by 9 o'clock we had pulled out at least 15 bodies of people who succumbed to the floods. So as we are here, we are standing at one of the hotspots whereby we recovered some of the Mdlalose family. You'll know them because at least 10 of the members of the family passed away at that time.
17-year-old Nolusapho Mhlongo's body was recovered weeks after the floods, and to this day, the DNA hasn't been concluded.
There's Nolusapho Mhlongo, a 17-year-old. That young girl we found on the 27th of April last year. Her body was heavily decomposed. I was able to identify her because I've never seen her alive, but I only saw her remains. But when they sent pictures to us as we were helping around, I was able to identify. And we even had a boycott to the government mortuary. That child, they're still looking for the DNA. They're still looking to do the DNA.
eThekwini Executive Mayor Modise assessed progress made to repair and build infrastructure.
So why it took long for us to fix everything? Because it didn't take long for us to start fixing damaged infrastructure in the city. It's because the reprioritization process which we embarked on, where we approved an adjustment budget, we were only able to raise 500 million. So with 500 million, looking at the magnitude of damage that occurred during the floods, we were unable to attend to all projects. Hence, we count the number of roads that we have done, only 600 projects. Hence, we talk about water and sanitation projects that we have been able to implement. So the inadequacy of funding then did not allow us to move with the pace in which we envisaged.
Reverend Shabani says the local government has failed most families in need of closure.
All of those people, they are not helping us. I'm not trying to badmouth them, but they know. I have proof even in my contacts and my WhatsApps. We communicate with them, but they are not helping with family to find closure, So that's all we require, for the families to get their bodies released and then they bury their loved ones. Simply like that.
A year later, and a lot still needs to be done. Infrastructure that hasn't been repaired poses great risk, with reports of deaths already reported. In Duzuma, a woman lost her life after plunging into a crater from a road that is yet to be repaired. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Nobuhle Modise in Durban.